Hey guys, so today I thought I'd do a really special video, and I'm really excited to kind of share with you what I've put together here on the table. A lot of family history and everything pertaining to my grandfather, and I've made a couple videos over the years about him, and about his service during the Korean War. He was a Marine. He served from 1948 to 1952. And he took place in a lot of battles during the Korean War, including the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir, where I think there's estimates of maybe 13,000 Marines surrounded by over 100,000. It's estimated of the Chinese forces, and they had to fight their way out. They were surrounded all the way. If you haven't heard about the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir, it's a huge battle that took place. And I mean, it was just unreal what those Marines went through. And I'm so thankful that, a lot of them were able to make it out and everything. But I'm definitely looked that up. My grandfather is my dad's dad. His name was Bradley Robert Blanton Sr. And again, like I said, he's in the Marines for right at 4 years. Sadly, he passed away on November 25th, 1988. Now, he was born July 8th of 1929, so he was 59 years old when he passed away of a heart attack. He unfortunately was a smoker for over 40 years and had other health issues and other heart attacks, but sadly, when he passed away, I was only about 2.5 years old. And so I don't have any memory of him at all. The only way I know of him is through family stories and pictures and different things. But I still feel a connection with my grandfather. And, I'd always wished, that he could have been around so we could have got to know each other and everything and bond like, a grandson and grandfather should. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So he passed away at 59 years old. That's young, that's definitely not old, but it's unfortunate. But I'm real excited to kind of show you what I've put together here, and I might, fingers crossed, have uncovered something really cool. I say uncovered, really stumbled on something that's exciting, and I can't wait to bring you in closer and share it with you. So let's get going. All right, so what you see here is a compilation of pictures of my grandfather. I say pictures of my grandfather. I'm about to get to something here. But this right here was going to be like a shadow box type thing I was putting together a long time ago. I need to get back doing something special for him. I've got a corner in my man cave kind of dedicated to him. But my grandfather, he actually, on a typewriter back in like the early 80s, like I said, he passed away in 1988. He used a typewriter and typed up a book, basically. It's obviously not in book form, but it's like 60-something pages talking about his experience, during the Korean War and Chosin Reservoir and all that kind of stuff. And he did this only for family. Like he didn't have any intention of publishing or anything. But I thought one day if I ever was able to make it into a book, that would be amazing. But right here, got discharge papers, just some pictures of him when he was in the service. Got his Marine Corps scorebook. And this right here is something, when I talked about the Chosin Reservoir, this right here is, he lived in Memphis, Tennessee. This is a newspaper article from, Memphis, I think it's called the Commercial Appeal. That's what it's called now. I guess that's what it was then. But anyways, that's him right there, Sergeant Blanton. And this talks about how 3 Memphis Marines, they escaped the Chinese trap. They had been surrounded and everything, and they were able to fight their way out. Now, my grandfather, he was, like I said, a Marine. He was a part of a unit called the 1st Provisional Marine Brigade. And he was actually in the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines. So 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines of the 1st Provisional Marine Brigade. And just a kind of a side note is, if you've ever seen the movie Halls of Montezuma, it's a great war movie. It's got Richard Widmark in there. I think it came out in 50 or 51. I've got the movie. It's a great movie. I love it. And there's actually like some extras in that movie from, my grandfather's unit. But I've watched the movie. I'm like, man, that'd be cool if my grandfather was in the background or something, but never saw him. But so 1st Provisional Marine Brigade, 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines. My grandfather was a forward observer for an 81 millimeter mortar unit. And so he'd go up with like a radio man, got his binoculars, call out coordinates and different things. And like I said, he talks about it in the book he typed up there. It's really special. But this is my grandfather here. And again, I've made a couple videos before, but it's been a while. But that's him. And like I said, he was born in 1929. So when World War II ended, he had just turned 16. And my dad said that, my grandfather always remarked about how he loved the way those Marines looked. In how sharp they looked in their dress blues. And so he wanted to be a Marine, and he actually joined when he was 19 years old. He enlisted in 1948, but that's him there again with his hat on and everything. This right here, I love this picture. It started out as this small, this is the original right here, and I went and had it blown up, and that's him. This was probably, I don't know if it was 1949, 1950 maybe. See, he's got his binoculars right there. He's got an M1 Garand on his right shoulder. I wish I knew the serial number. It would be amazing to get that. But that was him right there. And like I said, it started as this small photo, and I blew it up. And I really love that a lot. I like that photo. It's great. Now, so I'm a part of, several different Facebook groups about military collecting, different things. And I'm always looking at random pictures of the wars and different things. And a picture came across Facebook, and it stood out to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like my grandfather. And here's the picture. This picture is amazing. I actually, made a copy of it off my phone at CVS and blew it up. Here's the photo. This is from the Korean War around the Chosin Reservoir. See, this Marine here has on like a cold weather jacket and everything. See the crosses and everything. And there's the M1 Garand. But I got looking, I was like, that looks like my grandfather. That looks just like him to me. And I showed the picture of my dad. Obviously it was his dad. And he's like, that does look like my dad. And then I showed the picture to my aunt, which is my dad's sister, my grandfather's daughter. And she said, that looks like Daddy. And then I sent this picture to my great aunt, who was my grandfather's sister. And she said, that looks just like my brother Bobby. And so I also had another copy of that picture made, and I blew it up just on the face and everything. It's a little blurry, unfortunately. But, okay, so check this out. Let me show you. What do you think? Look at the nose and everything. Obviously, we'll never know 100%. Let me see if I can shift some stuff around here, but... Well, see that? I know the face is turned at 2 different angles, but you see the shape of the nose and everything and the eye shape? Now, obviously, this picture here, the Korean War, if this isn't my grandfather, obviously I'd love for it to be, but never know 100%. But, the man in this photo would be exhausted, been battling, probably ain't got much sleep, hungry, physically drained and everything else, And I was just like, man, that looks so much like him. Here's this other photo. See, there's that one. And then look, this is a picture of my grandparents. That's my grandfather when he's older. I think he might be in his middle, late 40s. That's my grandmother. And just look. Sorry about the glare. I'm doing my best I can. But you see the nose shape and everything? It's kind of starts skinny, kind of comes down to a kind of wider shape. But again, I just fell in love with this photo. And obviously, like I said, I would love for it to be him. But like I said, my dad, my aunt, and my great aunt, all 3 said it looks like him. And again, nobody will be able to ever confirm, but it just looks so much like him. And I fell in love with the photo. I had to get a copy of it. It's really special. But anyways, who knows? But Here's his copy of his discharge papers, August 1st, 1952. This is a certificate of enrollment right here. This is dated August 10th, 1948. This right here is a photo album of him when he was in the service with his buddies. It's kind of, let's say, a photo album, just something put together. It's falling apart. I need to do better, but it's just got a bunch of random photos. They're not all of him, but some of him and his buddies and stuff. But that's him right there. But anyways, the main portion or part of this video is going to be pertaining to the pictures. Just look how beautiful that is. How the colors turned out and everything. I really like it, but there's just, again, looking at that photo and this one, I just think it looks so much like him. You know, I just can't get over it. You know, I don't mean to be repetitive, but to me that just looks so much like him. But here's another photo of my grandfather with my grandmother. I want to get this one blown up. After the war, he actually became a Memphis fireman. He was a firefighter for several years, became a Memphis fire chief and everything. This is actually him. This is the only photo I know of him with me. And you see, you know, I just turned 34 on Mother's Day, May 10th. And you see, I've always been good looking. So I had to have been maybe a year and a half, 2 years old right there. But that's him. Now, like I said, he was 59. And, you know, I know some people might say, well, he looks older than that. But he had a lot of health problems. He smoked for 45 years. But this photo is special to me too. But I need to dust it off, don't I? But that probably wasn't maybe within a year or so of him passing away. Here's a photo of his grave site. See, July 8th, 1929, November 25th, 1988. He was 59 years old. Staff Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps. And then here's a photo of him when he was a little kid. He was probably, I don't know, 12 or 13 years old right there. And that right there is his mother, my great-grandmother. She was 57 when she passed away. It was very unfortunate, kind of a freak thing. The house they lived in at the time, her and my great-grandfather, the driveway was kind of on a slope, a little bit of a hill. And her daily habit was she would come home, park the vehicle on the driveway at the top, and she'd walk down and check the mail. Well, sadly, one day, she parked her vehicle like she always did, was walking down the driveway to check the mail, and something happened, and the car backed down the driveway and ran over her and unfortunately killed her while she was walking down the driveway to check the mail. I guess it's slipped out of park or whatever, but sadly, she passed away underneath the car, 57 years old. And then here's just obituary of my grandfather. See? 59 years old. But anyways, I'm not going to keep this going, but just really special for me. Again, give me your thoughts. You know, obviously I'd love for it to be my grandfather. Just let me know. If you don't think it looks like him, I mean, that's fine. But, you know, it's just, I mean, it's just amazing the similarities, you know. But I just fell in love with those photos. They're just beautiful. But anyways, hope you like it. I actually got kind of another family history type thing video I want to put together real soon with some other photos of other family and stuff that I think you'll really be interested in. So just keep watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you for all your support. God bless all of you. Thank you.